Hi, it's Rich Durrani. Thanks for watching TMCNet's Editor's Day Santa Clara 2015. On our program today is Doron Sherman with PubNub. And Doron, how are you?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you. So I know your company is an award-winning company in numerous areas such as real-time communications and others. And you've won awards at our events, user awards, and so congratulations on that. But for those people that aren't familiar, give us the overview of what you do.
Excellent. So actually, we were known as the real-time network for the better part of our existence because we facilitate real-time communication, basically being able to connect any device to any device in the world in a fraction of a second. And realizing that basically the value of that was that you can mimic the experience in the physical world also in an online experience. And, you can mimic, for example, fan engagements, as if you were in a concert, or home automation, connected car solutions, other things that normally would require manual or offline interaction, and you can mimic them using increasingly, web devices, mobile devices, etc. But more recently, we realized we're actually not dealing with messaging as much and sending them and receiving them in real time, but really streaming of data. So now our solution is called a global data stream network.
Very interesting. Okay, and so how has that evolution changed for your customers?
So basically, with the ability to globally stream data, it means that customers don't have to make the usually risky and costly and expensive investment of developing backbone communication for their application. So if you're an application developer or a product builder, and especially if you're coming from a Kickstarter or seed-funded background, you can preserve the majority of your investment dollars and time to launch your product for value-added features. You don't have to worry about how do I reliably, securely, and in real time communicate or provide communication for my application. You can simply rely on a company like PubNub to provide it to you as a service. In a sense, PubNub is a reliable and secure real-time dial tone to the internet. Because if you just rely on the public internet, you know that messages are going to be lost. You know that servers are going to go up and down. You know that data centers even can crash. So what are you going to do? You're going to build all that smarts into your application. That's going to be a huge investment on your part. So, if you're a Skype or a WhatsApp or developer of World of Warcraft, you have the millions of dollars necessary to develop that infrastructure. But for everybody else, which is basically 99% of application developers and product builders, they don't have the time or the skill set or the dollars in order to fund that investment. So they can rely on a company like PubNub to provide that communication on a pay-as-you-go, or as we like to call it, pay-as-you-grow basis.
Fantastic. So that's a good explanation. And so basically companies are able to use your platform, or they typically will build it themselves, and it's very expensive to build it themselves, and the internet isn't as reliable, and so it's a great, almost like a content delivery network, I guess, for small to medium companies that are looking to develop apps and have limited amount of resources.
Yes, actually, that's a great analogy. And when you mention CDNs or content delivery network, they kind of evolved from the deployment of web applications. And the main metaphor in that was data at rest. So you basically have data stored somewhere on web servers and content, and it needs to be delivered and cached to the edges of the network. But that's all data at rest. Now we're living in a world where you have more and more data in motion. So now you're dealing with unreliable connectivity at a mass scale. You're dealing with a lot of different attack points for security. So things like firewalls as a singular solution for protecting against attackers don't really work anymore. You actually need to protect data streams. Now, dealing with data in motion have a whole new set of challenges, and that's basically what PubNub is squarely focused on delivering at a mass scale. So, to give some statistics about our solution, we have over 300 million devices that are connected to our network on any given month, over 1 trillion transactions that are sent and received in real time per month. Wow. So those are big statistics, and that's done over an infrastructure of 15 data centers growing at about 10 to 15% month over month.
Wow. So what's next for the company? What else should we look for?
So, I mentioned that we kind of came from a web and mobile background, and now we see more and more IoT in the use cases that our customers are deploying. And those are actually hybrid scenarios where, you need a mobile device to control embedded hardware or embedded products. You have maybe a web dashboard where you can stream real-time data. So we're basically keep enhancing the solution and providing more and more infrastructure for a diverse world where you need to be able to connect to everything. For that reason, for example, we keep adding more and more SDKs. Right now we have over 70 SDKs, and they are all open source that enable any type of device to hook up to our network. And when I say device, I mean in a very generic sense. Those can be web browsers, it can be mobile devices, can be cloud services, can be any type of applications that are able to hook up to the network and send and receive data in real time, as well as use any of the advanced features that we provide.
Fantastic. Is there anything else we left out as we close?
So we have more big announcements coming, but those are available next week. So if you tune next week, you'll hear more exciting stuff from us.
Fantastic. Just go to your website or go to TMCnet, I guess. One of those places will probably be covering it.
Yes, that will be available there too.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.